February 28, 1953. Inside a crowded Cambridge pub called The Eagle, a tall, animated scientist raised his voice. "We have discovered the secret of life." That scientist was Francis Crick. Standing beside him was 24-year-old James Watson. It wasn't a drunken boast. It was the climax of an intense scientific race. 75 miles away in London, another scientist was still analyzing DNA with meticulous precision. Her name was Rosalind Franklin. What happened between these laboratories would become one of the most debated episodes in modern science. By the early 1950s, scientists knew DNA carried genetic information, but its three-dimensional structure remained unknown. Several groups were racing: Cambridge University Watson and Crick, King's College London Franklin and Wilkins. At Cambridge, Watson and Crick used model building, but they lacked precise experimental measurements. At King's College, Franklin focused on X-ray diffraction, a method requiring extraordinary mathematical rigor. Two approaches, one goal: reveal the architecture of life. In 1952, Franklin produced a remarkably clear X-ray diffraction image of DNA. It would later be known as Photo 51. The X-shaped pattern strongly indicated a helical structure. At some point, her colleague, Maurice Wilkins, showed the image to Watson. Watson later wrote in the double helix that seeing it made his pulse race. Historians still debate the circumstances of that sharing. There is no clear evidence Franklin explicitly approved it, but nor was the image under a formal confidentiality contract. What is clear is this: the image provided a critical piece of structural insight. Back in Cambridge, Watson and Crick combined multiple insights: Franklin's helical parameters, Erwin Chargaff's base ratio rules, their own model building intuition. They proposed two strands, anti-parallel orientation, complementary base pairing A with T, G with C. The structure explained replication. On April 25, 1953, 3 related papers were published in Nature, including Franklin's own work. Molecular biology had a blueprint. In 1962, the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine was awarded to James Watson, Francis Crick, Maurice Wilkins. Franklin had passed away in 1958 at age 38. The Nobel Prize is not awarded posthumously. Today, many historians and scientists acknowledge that her data were essential to solving the structure. The discovery of DNA was not the work of two minds alone. It was the product of competition, collaboration, and the scientific culture of its time. So picture that pub once more. The clink of glasses, the excitement, the declaration: "We have discovered the secret of life." They had discovered something extraordinary. But science rarely belongs to a single moment, or a single voice. The double helix is not just a triumph of genius. It is a reminder that truth emerges through many hands.